Hello everyone, it's Rick. It is June 21, 2017. If you need to reach me, it's rick0327@me.com. Alright, still, we're going to still keep talking about this dismissal quorum non-judice. And what I want you guys to all think now, all of you, if you have an order of support issued by these non-judicial persons, you know, the commissioner, the friend of the court, support magistrate in New York. Now, this associate judge thing has got me a little confused. I'm doing a little research on this. I'm pretty sure they're non-judicial. I'm still digging into this because from what I saw, they handle like the workload for the judge, but they don't. They do everything, but they don't hold trial by juries. So to me, that's non-judicial. You know, so if you're not, it's like when I was a police officer. If you don't have a gun, as far as I'm concerned, you're not a police officer. All right? If you don't have a gun, you're not the real deal. So if you're not able to do the whole job, you're not the real deal. Okay? That's why, like on my in the fire department and police, that's why, like myself, I got injured on the job. I have a very bad back. And they got rid of me, my job. I still wanted to stay on. They got rid of me because of my back. But if you can't, every police, there is no such thing as a desk job for a police officer or a fireman. Everybody has to be able to do the job. So if an associate judge cannot grant us all of our rights, that's not a real judge, right? Doesn't that make sense? So if we're demanding a trial by jury and that associate judge can't do this, then he's not the real deal, or she's not the real deal. All right, so anyway, so now what you need to do, if you're one of these people who's, and let's say you're facing a lot of arrears, let's say, just go check who issued that support order. All right? It's a void judgment. The Supreme Court says it. All right? Burnham versus Superior Court. Very simple. I mean, I'm still on a cloud right now. And the reason why I'm making the video is a couple of you reached out to me and, you're still doing the other things. I get it. You're still trying to get the exemplified certificate, the undertaking, all that. I understand. Hey, that's great. Right now, though, if I was you, I'd be focusing on the dismissal the term is dismissal quorum non-judice. That's what they call it. All right? And it's really lack of jurisdiction because now it's because they don't have jurisdiction as a judicial officer of the court. Now, I'm giddy on this because I've been saying this, I've been fighting this for a long time. Okay? I figured this out years ago. I started representing myself pro se 5 years ago. The attorney that I had, now there is no such thing as coincidences, and the reason why, if people listen to my videos and you hear like my dislike of lawyers, I have reasons. Okay, I'm not a guy that hates. I'm not a hater. All right, I have people I hate. I hate for a reason. I don't hate people for the color of their skin. My wife is brown skin. Okay, I don't play that bullshit. All right. And I don't play any of that bullshit. I dislike people for the way that they are. There are shit people in all races, all right? We all know them. So my hatred of lawyers is because I was ripped off. The last attorney that I had, I had to fire her because she was playing games with me. I was exchanging emails with her, and I'm like, listen, let me make myself very clear. This is what I want you to do. I'm tired of this dragging on. What happened was when I fired her and I got all the paperwork, her and my ex-wife's attorney, they knew each other. And they were sending the paperwork to the wrong address on purpose. So her attorney's address is, the last two digits were 808. She was sending it to a 04, which doesn't exist. And I know she wasn't mailing it out, but she was putting that down on the affidavit of service. That way, when they were, the way it would work was we'd go to court. There'd be this going back and forth for, it was definitely staged. The support magistrate was completely in on it. I sent the papers. Well, I didn't get them. Well, I sent them. I didn't get it. And then, all right, we'll come back in 3. Can you come back and blah, blah, blah. All right, I can come back. And 3 months later, we're going through it again. Okay? So this is why I learned all these little tricks by reading the paperwork. And one trick they play is the affidavit of service. A lot of times they don't even mail it out. They'll submit the affidavit of service with the paperwork and never put it in the mailbox because, well, if you read the affidavit of service, it's like it was placed in the responsibility of the United States Postal Service. And basically, once you drop that in the mailbox, you're covered. Because, hey, mail gets lost all the time, right? That's their mentality, these lawyers. Lawyers are all about loopholes, okay? They're not about helping you, as a lot of you found out, and I found out. Anyway, the point I'm making, well, the attorney got arrested 2 years ago on my birthday, by the way, which is like, I don't believe in coincidence anymore. As I get older, I'm starting to realize there's some crazy shit going on, I don't believe in coincidences anymore. That's why I go by instinct. That's why I was telling you guys the other day. Even my wife says it. She's like, you have some of the strongest instincts I've ever seen. Not that I'm psychic. I believe that all of us, we have something in us that we feel. That they say you have the Holy Ghost. If you want to get religious, for those of us that are Catholic, you understand. The Holy Ghost is, basically like your third eye, that type of thing. But she got arrested on my birthday she was stealing the money from an old lady that she got an award from she got like $160,000. She stole $80,000 of it because it was in these lawyers. A lot of them, they have these what do they call it again? When they keep the money, I'll remember. A lot of lawyers have it, that deal. I had a lawyer that when I sold my house, that I had to sell before it was foreclosed on. He had over $1 million in it, and they're not allowed to touch it. A lot of lawyers when they get disbarred, they don't get disbarred for fucking over people like you and I. That's okay as far as the lawyers are concerned, because lawyers police themselves. The Bar Association. The only time they ever get disbarred is when they're stealing the money. For some reason I can't remember. You guys, when you buy a house, it's in, Christ, whatever. You'll know what I'm talking about. I'll remember next video. But anyway, she stole $80,000. It just shows you the type of people we're dealing with, these lawyers. They're such worms. They're so dishonest, especially lawyers in family law. They're the most disgusting people. I was going to be a lawyer for a little while. When this first started happening to me, I was going to go to law school because, I'm a pretty good student. But then I realized I couldn't do it because I found out that I'm like, I'm going to go in there and clean everything up. They'll disbar you like that. You're not allowed to be an honest lawyer. By the way, they won't allow it. This one guy became kind of friendly with a lawyer I mentioned in like old videos, the guy who's, got in trouble for trying to do the right thing. You're not allowed to do the right thing. You're supposed to go along with, with their program. Okay? That's why we're better off doing this by ourselves. Trust me on this. I wanted so badly at one time. I got so tired of being turned down with my paperwork. I was doing this in Florida 3 years ago, which was really tough, through the mail. And I'd have my sister-in-law bring it to the Queens Family Court, and it was rough. I mean, I wanted so badly to just, like my father be like, why don't you just get a lawyer? I'm like, Pop, don't you think I want to do that? I can't. I can't give a lawyer fine. Plus also, when you hire a lawyer, you're giving the court jurisdiction. Lawyers don't argue jurisdiction. It doesn't happen. Try to ask a lawyer to argue jurisdiction. He will not do it. I think they're not allowed to. All right, but listen, I'm going to shut this down. If your support case was, support order was issued by, the people that we talk about, these non-judicial persons, you got to start working on the dismissal paper. I have it, okay, and it's like the demand to vacate one that we have. It's for the same thing, but now it's stronger. All right, you got it. We have a Supreme Court case behind us, and I tried keywording it. I remember I told you a lot of it was in the 1800s. This is not argued too much, but I found that the reason why I found this is because I'm telling you, there's no coincidences. I have in my favorites bar. I saved it, and I didn't realize that it was a Supreme Court case. And I was looking up something. I didn't realize that it keeps updating new Supreme Court cases. And in Houston, people were fighting the IRS and used this against the IRS. Oh no, against the Department of Treasury, something like that. No, yeah, I think it was the IRS. And I'm not going to get into that because I'm not looking to make any enemies of the IRS. But just put it this way: that's how I found this. All right, and it's something that's not argued too much because these lawyers don't like to do that. All right, they want you to think that these, these sport magistrates, commissioners, and shit are real when they're not. Okay. All right. So listen, enjoy the rest of your day. All right, guys.